Hi everyone, this is Lisa. Welcome back. Today we're going to be making a fun little gift bag and a matching gift card. So these are the two gift bags that I made. I made the one previously and this was the one we're going to be making today. So let's get started. I'm going to bring in my piece of paper. All of the paper used in this video are from the Animal Expedition, a designer series paper, which is also on sale right now. So when you have a pattern, you want to make sure, like this is a hippo, so you want to be sure that his head is going the right direction. So you want to put that at the top. If it doesn't matter on either side of the paper, then it doesn't matter which way you put it. So we're scoring at 2, 5 3/4, 7 3/4, and 11 1/2. And then we're going to flip it to the side and score it at 2 inches. And then we're going to completely flip it over on the other side and score at 10 inches. And this is going to be our flap that folds down. So the first thing we're going to do is fold that flap down. And we're going to burnish it with our bone folder. And then we're going to add some tear and tape to it to hold it down. Tear and tape is the best invention ever. I don't know if you guys remember that red tape. Oh man, you could stick your kids to the wall with it, but oh, was it a pain getting that red liner off. So I'm just making sure that this is down good. And then I'm going to go ahead and burnish the rest of my score lines. I didn't speed this up or do anything different because I have some kind of wrinkle there and I don't know why. Because I don't normally make these kind of projects. I mostly stick to cards. So, I fumbled a little bit with it and I wanted you to see that. So nothing interesting happening here. I'm just burnishing the score lines. Okay, and so this is the bottom, but I get a little confused. I can't remember which part is the top and which part is the bottom. So I'm looking at it thinking this doesn't look right. And then I realize, oh yeah, okay, I folded that part down. So this is the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and put like a little notch at the top of that. That's just going to help that fold over and stay better because that's where it's going to glue together to make the box. And then I'm going to bring in my scissors and I'm going to cut up each one of those score lines to the next score line. And then I'm just going to take a little sliver out of the side. This just helps it fold better. So we're going to go up each score line and do the same thing until we get to the very end. And then I'll show you what we're going to do then. And we're just going to take this little guy right here completely off because we don't need that piece. And then I'm going to fold that small piece there and put some tear and tape on it. I'm sorry, it's very late at night and I'm trying to do this voiceover, and so excuse me if I'm fumbling with my mouth too, as well as the project. Okay, so I'm going to bring this over. Then I remember that I need to bring it over in the center. And you just match that up. And make sure it's The adhesive is down good. And I have a little gap there at the top in the paper, so I'm just going to stick a little mini glue dot in there and just to kind of seal that up. And no one will ever know. Okay, so now we have our box all ready. And what we're going to do is pinch the sides of this. This is going to create like the gusset side, or the gusset part of the box or the bag. I keep calling it a box. It's really a bag. So you just take your fingers and kind of fold it in and then reinforce it with the bone folder. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So actually it's going to be folded completely flat. And be sure that you do this part before you close the bottom of the box. Okay. Now then, we can close the bottom of the box. So I'm looking around and I want to be sure that my final flap faces the back of the bag. So that's what I'm looking around for, just to be sure that I have it going the right way. And I apologize a little bit for being off camera here. Something is wrong with my monitor that I watch while I'm making these videos. I don't know. It's an app on my phone that connects with my computer. And for whatever reason, there's like a 1.5 minute lag. So I don't know if I'm on camera or not because it's so far behind. And it was working fine and I don't know what happened. So I get off camera and I don't know it. So I'm bringing in my Crop-A-Dile. This is not something that Stampin' Up! Sells anymore. They used to. But I have to go through all of these layers of paper, so I need a really strong hole punch. And you can get these just about anywhere. I know you can get them on Amazon. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some of the black baker's twine, and I'm going to put the baker's twine through all of the holes. And I'm using one of those sewing things that help you thread your needle, because I can't fish that through there without it. And so now I'm, you guys know I can't tie a bow, but this is for a kid, so I hardly think they're gonna critique my bow tying skills. So I'm just getting it to where it looks all right and then cutting it off and moving on. Okay, so that turned out pretty cute. Those hippos are adorable. So now we're going to make the little matching gift card. And I'm going to do some heat embossing, but I'm going to kind of edit through that and hurry it up because you've seen me heat emboss lots of times. So this, through the whole making of this bag, I had that "I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas" song stuck in my head. So I'm just using the "For You" from the banners "For You" because I don't know if this is going to be a birthday gift bag or just exactly what it's going to be. So I'm just making it, and I'll stick it in my stash and pull it out when I need to give someone something. And I think this would work for either a boy or a girl. So I'm just heat embossing that part there. And I'm a messy embosser. You can see that embossing powder all over the place. That's why I have a little vacuum. So when I'm done, I vacuum it all up. Those handheld vacuums are the best. So to make the card, it's 6 by 3 inch, and you just fold and score it, or score it and fold it at 3 inches. And this piece that I'm putting on there is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. All the measurements, like I said, will be on my blog. So I'm adding a little more of this decorative paper. And there's our little card. So now I want to use some of the decorative paper to put on the flap of the envelope. Now I don't know if this is the correct way to do it, but this is how I do it. I just take the pencil and trace around the edge of the flap of the envelope, and then I cut it, just following my pencil line. It seems to work out okay. So as you can see, when I'm cutting, I'm turning my paper, not my scissors. A lot of people struggle with cutting things out with paper or fussy cutting, and that's the tip. That's the secret to it right there, is turn the paper, not the scissors. And be sure that you have good sharp scissors. Dull scissors are a nightmare to work with. So now it's the perfect size, and I'm just putting it on there with some snail. And that's that. So there's our super cute little gift card that matches our cute little gift bag. And I also made another one before I made this one, sort of like a prototype. And I'll show you that one here in just a second. I made that one into like a baby gift bag. And the little rhinoceros that's on there is part of the designer series paper. Our die cut actually cuts that out. So no fuss. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you try it for yourself. I had a lot of fun making it, even though I fumbled my way through it. Don't forget about the paper sale, and until next time, happy crafting.